It was thousands of miles away, so how was it possible her father and this man were able to talk to each other in that funny way just by tapping? She wanted to have a go. "It's like being in a secret club." Madeleine's voice had dropped to a whisper. "Exactly like that." Her father smiled. "Then that's what I want to learn." "I don't know any girls or ladies that do Morse code. At least I've never heard of one." "Why don't they?" Her father took a few puffs of his pipe. "Beats me, now you mention it." He chuckled. "Maybe you'll be the first." A thrill shot through the child. She would be the very first girl to learn Morse code and make her daddy proud. "Will you teach me?" Her father nodded. "I will if you're serious. But you'll have to learn every letter in Morse code by heart. It's not easy at first, like learning another language. But it gets easier and becomes a rhythm. Then it's like playing an instrument." "That's all right, Daddy. I'm good at reading notes in music in class. I'm sure I can learn dots and dashes of the alphabet. And I'll be the first girl in the whole world to do Morse code." Part 1. Chapter 1. Munich, Germany, early September 1938. Madeleine glanced at the wall clock, then over to the shiny bent heads of the twins. Lotte was reading in her confident tones. She didn't always pronounce the words correctly, but she was game, Madeleine thought, hiding a smile. Eric was more hesitant. He was determined to say everything perfectly, even if his delivery was slower. As Lotte read, Eric ran his forefinger along the line, silently mouthing the words. Lotte looked up. "Maddie, I have thirst." Although she showed the tip of her pink tongue, she was still unable to pronounce the th sound her twin had mastered. "Better to say, I am thirsty," Madeleine smiled. "All right, children. We'll finish the chapter tomorrow. But don't forget, you've both got homework to do ready for school Monday morning, so it's not all play." She'd hardly finished her sentence before her 8-year-old charges clapped their hands with glee and put their books to one side. "Please, may we be excused?" they said in unison. "Yes, you may. I'll be excused too." She grinned, and the twins giggled. "You've done well today, so we'll pack up and I'll make you both a drink in a few minutes." Madeleine ushered them out of the small schoolroom her German hosts, Herr and Frau Weinberg, had remodelled from one of the pine-panelled bedrooms for their children's English lessons. Her gaze fell on the huge tiled stove in one corner, which Frau Weinberg had assured her they'd be glad of in winter. The hand-painted flower borders on the chest of drawers where the twins kept their lessons and other paraphernalia, and the photographs of the family on every available flat space, juxtaposed with houseplants and books. But the effect wasn't at all cluttered. It was merely interesting and homely. The children were delightful, sometimes surprising her with their level of maturity. Once again, she thought how lucky she was compared to her friend Gwen, who was a nanny to a baby and a fractious toddler in a family where the parents treated her like a servant instead of a member of the family, as the Weinbergs did. An hour later, and humming a tune as she walked towards the restaurant where she was to meet Gwen, Madeleine relished the rest of the day where she was free until the following morning, Sunday, although she was still thinking about the twins. She loved the good-natured competitiveness between them, and so far they were making good progress in English, so much so that she'd adapted The Secret Garden into a simple and condensed play she thought they'd enjoy enacting. She'd run through the first scene with them this coming weekend, thinking how much she was going to enjoy taking them through the actions with the dialogue to help with their understanding of the story. Both children were intelligent, with a mischievous sense of humour, of which she was sometimes the brunt. She grinned, remembering the white rat they'd put in her bedroom 2 days ago, hoping it would scare her, and their disbelief when she'd picked up the little creature and casually handed it to Eric. "Your new pet, I believe, Eric?" she'd said, managing to contain her laughter as Lotte broke into a burst of giggles. As Madeleine strolled along the street, she noticed how some of the women with their shopping baskets kept their heads down as though afraid to be conspicuous. Why was that? She wondered.